ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। मम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं च शिरूपं साग्रजातं सगणशिरघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदं सहगणललितां श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषाभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So Hare Krishna. So as we know that the upcoming auspicious, admirable August appearance day of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna's is upcoming. So Krishna says, Janma Karma Chame Divyam in Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, text 9, that Janma Karma Chame Divyam Evam Jo Veti Tattatah Takta Deham Punarjanma Naiti Mameti Sarjuna. So Krishna explains that anybody who knows my appearance, my activities, my transcendental appearance and activities, so he gets immense blessings, immense benefit of stopping this reputation of the birth and death in this obnoxious material existence. So the Krishna Katha is very, very important. So today we are going to discuss about the Krishna Katha, the demons in Vṛndāvana-līlā, and the anartha they represent. And it is very imperative for the devotees, an aspiring devotee and devotees also, to always engage in hearing Krishna Katha. There is very important verses. It is said that this is a very good verses in Naimisharanya. When the sages they ask the question about the Krishna, how he was born, and why he was born from this Devaki and things, and what are the past times, what are the incarnations. So Sutta Goswami has replied very nicely. Munaya sadhu prishta aham bhavadvi lokamangalam yat krita Krishna samprasna yanatmasu prasidhat. So Munaya sadhu prishta, this question is very relevant because this question is bhavadvi lokamangalam, for the benefit of the people. Because anybody who hears Krishna Katha gets purified and eventually go back to him, Godhead, go back to spiritual existence, terminating his period in exile in material existence. So, yet kirta Krishna samprasna, why it is relevant? Because it is related to Krishna. Yanatma suprasidati, that will give satisfaction to the soul. So therefore Krishna Katha can never be avoided. It is nectar. Tava kathamrutam tapta jivanam kavibiriditam kalmasanas. Gopis are saying that Krishna Katha is so potent that Tava kathamrutam, by hearing this Gopi Gita, Krishna who disappears from the Rasalila, he again appears because Hari Katha attracts Hari. After this Gopi Gita, when the gopis are glorifying the Krishna's activities, that time Krishna appears because Krishna Katha attracts Hari. Hari Katha attracts Hari. Tava kathamrutam tapta jivanam kavibiriditam kalmasopanam sarvanam mangalam simadaatatam. It's so auspicious to hear. Bhavi grunati bhurida janaha. So the gopis, they are saying that the nectar of your words and the description of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. This narration transmitted by learned sages eradicates one sinful reaction, bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. Those narrations are broadcast all over the world, are filled with spiritual power. Certainly those who spread the message are most beneficent. So how it is so nectarian? So Bina Krishna Katha, our life should be, Prabhupada has very nicely written, that our life should be molded in such a way that we are always engaged in hearing Krishna Katha. That is the ultimate solution to get out from the material existence. Not only that, to develop the love of God, attachment for Krishna. So on this note, we will start this today's session, this the demons in Vṛndāvana-līlā and the anartha they represent. Actually, Bhakti Vinod Thakur has written a book called Chaitanya Sikhamrita. In that book, he has mentioned the demons in Vṛndāvana-līlā and the anartha they represent. So Krishna has, and in that book, he has mentioned that Krishna has two type of activities, two distinct type of activities. One is called Nitya, eternal, which is performed in spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan. 8 period, Ashtakaliya Lila, 8 period of time. But when he descends here, Goloka Ivani Vasakti Akhilatma Bhukta, when he descends here to manifest his pastime on the earth, that is called Bahuma Vrindavan. Then he performed not only his Nitya Lila, also Naimitika Lila. Naimitika means occasional. Example, like he goes to Mathura. From Mathura, he goes to Dwaraka. But that kind of pastime is conspicuously absent in Goloka Vrindavan. Fighting with demons. This is called occasional Naimitika. So the Bahuma Vrindavan Krishna performed both the eternal pastime, also Naimitika. Why he performed the Naimitika Lila? To teach us, to attract us by his pastime. Because there are so many obstacles in the devotional service, particularly for aspiring devotees. So this, all the demons he killed, all the pastime he kills, that represent anartha. Anartha means opposite of artha. Artha means value of life. Anartha means which blocks the value of life. Artha means some value, ultimate goal of life, which blocks, that is called anartha. So all the demons, all the pastime of the Lord, killing demons, all the demons, they represent anartha. The aspiring devotee must understand that one should get out from the anartha, then only one can come to this progressive stage of bhakti. By Krishna's mercy, just like Krishna kills all the demons, so demons like anartha has to be killed in order to progress in devotional service. That is the theme of this today's lecture. So let us know that the demons Krishna killed and the anartha they represent. Rupa Goswami Prabhupada has very nicely given us the in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindh the 9th stage of progressive, 9th stage of devotional service. So what he says that Adau Shraddha, initially one must have some kind of desire or liking, any preliminary liking, Shraddha, faith, a desire for the self-realization, a spirituality, Adau Shraddha. Tatha Sadhu Sangha. When he is a desire, that leads to associate with the devotees, Sadhu Sangha. And when there is a Sadhu Sangha, then it is always Sadhu Sangha means there is always a hearing and chanting of Krishna. In association of sadhu sangha, there are no other topics. No more topics of Facebook, Instagram, Bollywood, Hollywood, no. Cricket. So sadhu sangam is hearing. Then next stage that will lead to bhajana kriya. Bhajana kriya means actually initiated by spiritual master and engaging in the prescribed devotional service under the guidance of spiritual master in the association of devotee. That is called bhajana kriya. That means one is serious. Yeah, I wanted to get out from this material existence. Tato anartha nirviti. Anartha nirviti sat. Anartha is that blocking our ultimate goal of life to go back to Godhead. There are so many unwanted habits one can bring, one can carry. So that has to be cleared because Krishna is pure. Krishna is, I say that, Param Brahma, Paramadhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. Krishna is pure. Unless one is pure, one cannot approach Krishna. Therefore, Anya pure devotional service means not Anya Vilasita Punnam. Anya Vilasita Punnam is anartha, all kind of material desire. So therefore, this anartha has to be cleared first. Anya Vilasita Sunyam, no more material desire. Jnana karma narvitam. Anukulyana Krishnanushilanam bhakti rupam. As long as we have anartha, one cannot progress. Desanti antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam. So therefore, anartha has to be gone. And this anartha, the demons, they represent anartha. That is called material desire. So by knowing that by Krishna's mercy, we should understand what are the anartha we have got and how to vanquish all the anartha by Krishna's mercy, all the material desire. That is the theme of these classes. Then only we can lead to the nistha, we become fixed up. When the anartha will go, then we will be fixed up in Krishna consciousness. Then that leads to ruchi. Ruchi means taste. Taste for hearing and chanting. Preliminary stage, as long as we have got the anarthas, we have no taste. It's a superficially chanting, Hare Krishna, superficial. Hearing also no appetite for hearing. Real hearing taste will come when we will develop the taste, nistha. When anartha niviti will go, when we nistha, after nistha, that leads to ruchi, taste for hearing. When we hearing, then it will come to the asakti. One will develop the attachment for Krishna, asakti. Athasakti, asakti. My asakta, Krishna say, Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti Yoga, he started from this point, Krishna Bhakti Yoga start from, Bhakti start with Atha asakti. My asakta manapartha yagaminjun madasa. My asakta. You should develop the attachment, asakti. By hearing, one can develop, by hearing and chanting, one can develop this. Tato bhavas, bhava means that leads to preliminary stage of love of Godhead. That is called bhava. Then, finally, we will reach to prema. Vyananda chanti sadhakanam ayam premana padur bhave bhavet krama. So final stage is prema, love of Godhead, which is the ultimate goal of life. That is the artha of human being. Prema pumartha mahan chaitanya mahaprabhu. The goal of life to develop the love of Godhead. This is the gradual development of love of Godhead for the devotee interested in Krishna consciousness. So this anartha is very, very important thing because that is only the stumbling blocks for an aspiring devotee in advancing in Krishna consciousness. Do you know there are many type of anartha is there? Particularly this our Acharya Pad, our Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad, he has explained that what is this called anartha? There are so many anartha is there. I'll show you the anatomy of cloud of anartha. This is described by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in a book called Madhurya Kadambini. So in that book he told there are 4 kind of anarthas are there. First is anartha arising from the previous sin. We have committed previous sin. So this is anartha. Anartha arising from previous pious activities. Pious activities also carry forward this other anartha. Pious, impious, devotional service is beyond this pious, impious. Anartha arising from imperfectly performed bhakti. Sometimes we perform bhakti with offenses or with improperly, not properly following. Anartha arising from the offenses in devotional service. There are four kinds of anartha he has mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Madhurya Kadimbari. So, anartha arising from the previous sinful activities. Like there are 5 kinds of kleshas, suffering he mentioned. It was avidya. Avidya means ignorance. So, anartha arising from previous sinful activities, that brings forward the all this anartha, attachment, different attachment, ignorance, avidya, asmita, false ego. I am the superior, I am this, I am that. Raga, attachment, so many attachment, desha, hatred, and avinivesa, acquired nature. So this anartha arising from previous, then this is called anartha arising from the previous sinful activities, not pious activities. There are sin, avidya, ignorance is sin, mistaken that mistaking impermanent to be permanent. Krishna also say 18th chapter, who consider that religion to be religion, irreligion to be religion. So avidya, that is ignorance. And false ego also, bodily identification, I am the body, tendency to accept the sense perception is the main thing, all in all. So attachment to the material happiness and all, and unhappiness and cause of it, hatred. Then abhinavasa, acquired nature, bodily existence, including fear of death, all the things, these are the acquired natures from previous sinful activities. Previous pious activities called sataguna. Sataguna means sataguna sense enjoyment and mukti, because sataguna sense enjoyment also there. Sataguna also contaminated. It's not like a, but it is better than sinful activity. So anartha arising from previous past activity are sataguna. Sataguna enjoyment and mukti. Mukti also is a mode of goodness, not the transcendental goodness. Then anartha arising from improper performance of bhakti. So Vishwanath Chakravarti say that, supposing you are, Prabhupada also say 1951, 51152, that we are planting the seed of devotional service. The weeds grows, Bhakti Lata creepers, along with plants, some unwanted weeds grows. So sometimes because of fame, position, so we are cultivating bhakti which is not proper. So therefore there are anartha, so many aparadhs, without understanding the proper devotional service. So many aparadh, seva aparadh we do. That is called anartha, improper performance of the bhakti. So we do some motivated devotional service and we do the seva aparadh. Anartha arising from offenses, there are so many offenses of particularly 10 offenses against chanting, blaspheming the devotees who are dedicated, who have dedicated their lives in preaching the holy name of the Lord throughout the world, to consider the demigod equal to the, equal and independent of Vishnu. So this is very important. They say that they are pasandi. So to deserve a spiritual master order and consider him as an ordinary person. So Guru is as good as God. He has to be honored and obeyed as good as God. And to blaspheme the Vedic literature. So in this way, the 10 offenses is there. So considering the chanting, is a mundane thing. Golokore Premadhana Harinam Sankirtana. Harinam Sankirtana is transcendental. Nitya Suddha Punnam Punna Avinattu Nama Namina. So in this way you do so many offenses. So these are the anartha. So to removal of anartha, there are therefore we should know how to remove this anartha. So by devotional service only, Vishwanath Chakravarti say, to remove this one, we should come to the stage of Nistha platform. So we have to remove this nullification or all the anartha arising from nama aparadha, everything that has to be nullified, that has to be removed. Then only we can come to the Nistha stage. So we should understand that by devotional service to the Lord, as Rupa Goswami say, we can get out from seriously discharge the devotional service according to the direction or guidance. Guru means guide. According to the guidance of spiritual master, one can remove all these things. Now we can know that what are the anartha, different anartha, all the demons they represent. That is very important for us because we must know that anartha. Without knowing that, we will be misled. We will not remove it properly. So therefore, we should know that the demons were there. So the first demons in 6 days of Krishna timeline, he killed Putana. So Putana represents pseudo guru. Putana, who was sent by the Kansa to kill Krishna. So he came outwardly, pretentiously, as a mother, a nurse to breastfeed the Lord. But inwardly his intention is very malicious, malevolent, malignant. She wanted to kill the Krishna by breastfeeding, poisoning him. But Krishna is like a pseudo guru. Why Bhakti Vinod Thakur says pseudo guru? The pseudo guru, what he told, he does not speak about the real goal of life. He speaks about sense gratification. Outwardly, so this is the very important thing, Putana. Putana things is very important. So, pseudo guru, there are two kinds of pseudo guru. A so-called guru who preaches sense gratification or liberation or both. That is also, that is not good. Our real thing is to develop the love of Godhead, go back to Godhead, not liberation. So inwardly he manifests as a spiritual guide, like Putana. In order to show mercy, so this is the problem with that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati has written many points on this pseudo guru things. So I will show you some of the very nice point in this regard. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati has very nicely given the pseudo guru two things. So it will be like, so I will show you very nice yeah. So we can see here, you can so Putana, how he represents the pseudo guru things. See, Putana is like outwardly he was like a coming as if he was very much nurse like to serve the Lord, but inwardly, although Krishna took it very positive and sent him to when Krishna knows that, Krishna actually closed his eyes. Of course, there are so many reasons why Krishna closed his eyes when our Putana approached to kill him, because he is a demoness. And there are so many explanations given by Vishwanath Chakravarti, particularly 4 important explanations. But we will take it one, because Krishna closed his eyes because he came as a mother nurse. He does not want to kill a nurse, but he delivered him. Krishna delivered him and sent him to the Goloka Vṛndāvana as a nurse, as a mother actually. Therefore, in Bhagavatam we say that aho bakiyam tanakal kuttam jigyam saya payad apyasabdi leve gatim dhatrim uchitam tatanyam kam badalyam saranam rajema kam badalyam saranam. Who can be so merciful? Putana came as, and outwardly, although his mother and not, but inwardly she came to kill Krishna. It is such a what you say, abominable things. She came to kill Krishna, but Lord did not take the negative side. He took the positive side. Oh, he has come as outwardly as a spiritual guru, as a mother. So Krishna, some because of his merciful, but Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he say that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in the Harmonist, he written very extensively on Putana. He has written that see, Krishna manifests his eternal birth in pure. Very nicely is written. He tells that this the 5 point he has given very nicely. I will just read out. One sec. So he said that Putana, in case of Putana, that pseudo teacher. The Kansa represents is aggressive materialism because he want to enjoy, which naturally oppose and refers to suppress the spirituality. So he is supported by intellectuals who try to confine transcendental subject within the mundane definition and reasoning. Putana represents pseudo-religious teacher who attempt to misguide the spiritual life at its earliest stage. So he is a pseudo-religious teacher. Such teachers use religion to improve the material enjoyment instead of awakening pure devotion to Krishna. But when genuine devotion appears, Putana influence cannot survive. False teaching are exposed and defeated. So Putana has come as a pseudo, although her intention to kill Krishna, but outwardly he was as if he was very much, so much lovingly he coming to feed. She came to feed the Krishna, just like a pseudo teacher. A pseudo guru, he will be teaching so nicely to satisfy everyone. He will support even the sense gratification. He will not present the pure devotional service. That is a very nice verse is there in this regard. Very nice verse in this regard. We can see in this 5:14 something, a very nice verse. That how the pseudo guru. A guru is very important to understand the Guru Tattva. We will give a separate class on Guru Tattva. Is a very big subject matter. There is a very nice verse from Bhagavatam. We can see here that 5:14-13, I think. Sometimes to mitigate distress in the forest of the material world, the conditioned soul receive cheap blessing from atheist. He then loses all intelligence in their association. This is exactly like jumping into the shallow river as a result of the breaks ahead. Shallow, as a result, simply breaks his head. He is not able to mitigate his suffering from the head. In the both way he suffers. The misguided conditioned soul also approaches so-called sadhus and swamis who preach against the principle of Veda. He does not receive benefit from them, either the present or in future. So the cheaters are there. So real guru means sansara davanala, sansara davanala nidhaloko, tranaya karunya ghana ghanatam. So one should approach a guru who can extinguish the blazing fire of this material world, the struggle for existence. That is real guru. Not the pseudo guru. Simply he is not solving the problem. Rather he is encouraging for sense gratification. So therefore real guru means stop this repeated birth and death. That is real guru. Real guru means he will teach us to surrender to Krishna, become a devotee of Krishna. That will stop all misery. That is the real guru to identify. Real test of guru. Tasmat gurum prapanyate jigyansu shreyattam. Highest benefit of life, to go back to God. So Putana is here is appearing as a pseudo guru, represent, who actually outwardly different but inwardly live. Outwardly, although he is a guru, trying to teach very nicely, Swamiji, Swamiji. There's a very nice, what is that? Asaram Bapu. He raped his own disciple, no? And he went to jail. He is now in jail. That is a perfect example of a pseudo guru. But a pseudo guru will be exposed when there is a real devotional service, when there is a genuine spiritual master. When Putana approached Krishna, Krishna is the Adi Guru. Then his cheating, her cheating is exposed. Therefore, where there is a bona fide spiritual master like Bhaktisiddhanta Srila Prabhupada, all the cheating guru has no voice. Therefore, everybody is very much angry against Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami and Srila Prabhupada, because they are teaching the genuine guru. They are teaching the real thing. They are exposing the cheating. That is the Putana. See how beautiful Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati has given very nice things on this regard. Then second one is Sakatasur. The Sakatasur is representing this, you see Sakatasur. Sakatasur is representing this false intelligence, the card demon, burden of accumulated bad habit. So Sakatasur is the second demon killed by Krishna. When Mother Josoda, there was a festival, Mother Josoda placed the baby Krishna beneath a handcart, like household, they bring all the utensils, sometimes the grocery and all, and become busy in receiving guests, because there was the Uchchana ceremony. Krishna is now crawling, so that ceremony is going on, and feeling hungry, unattended, Krishna began crying. Oh, nobody there. And just like a child, when he get up from the sleep, he was hungry and nobody was there. He was crying and kicking his lotus feet. His foot touched the cart and it collapsed. The utensils upon it also scattered. That time, everybody has astonished how the heavy cart was broken. Actually, they did not realize that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and when he kicked it, the demons which was there, which was sent by the Kansa to kill Krishna, Sakatasur, he was killed. He was killed. Sakatasur also, there is a past life also Sakatasur there, because Sakatasur actually in the past life in Garga Samhita, you see that he is the son of Hiranyakya, called Utkacha. Hiranyakasipu, Hiranyakasipu Utkacha. He was sometimes went to the Lomasa Muni cottage and hermitage, and he offended Lomasa Muni. As a result, he was cursed to become a bodiless. So Sakatasura is like a bodiless, but somehow when he was cursed, somehow Utkas begged forgiveness. Lomasa Muni says that when you are touched, your body, your bodiless will be touched by the lotus feet of Krishna, you will be liberated. All the demons who were killed by Krishna liberated. That is the beauty of Krishna. Somehow or another, one come in Krishna consciousness or come in associate with Krishna, they will get liberated. So he was hiding in the cart, and make an attempt to collapse upon the baby Krishna. So, but because of touch of the things, he was liberated. So Sakatasu represents the burden of the very accumulated bad habit. That has to be removed from previous birth. So many habits we are bringing from the previous lives. So that has to be destroyed by the mercy of Krishna. So that is the Sakatasura is a card demon. Then next one is 1 year he was in Thinnavat. In 1 year, he killed Thinnavat. Thinnavat is called Huilan demon. So what happened when Krishna, in 1 year, one day, There are, Mother Yashoda was carrying Krishna. Krishna becomes so heavy, and she placed him to the ground. That time, Kansa sent the Tinavata, a whirlwind demon in the form of powerful whirlwind, and he carried Krishna into the sky. So much dust, darkness covered Vrindavan. Nobody can see Krishna. What is happening? Everybody crying, unable to find. Mother Yashoda is like a crying, very much deeply crying, deeply distressed and crying. And Krishna made himself so heavy as a mountain, stop the demon from rising above in the sky and catch hold of his, throat. And the demons Krishna was so heavy, he could not rise and fell down and died. Krishna was unharmed. So that is Tinnavata, whirlwind demon. We should all the beautiful pastime of the Lord. Krishna book Prabhupada is defined. So this whirlwind demon is called false pride, arising from useless scholarship. Sometimes a neophyte devotee, sometimes devotee also, because of scholarship, they become pride. Oh, Prabhupada say, little bit of Sanskrit means they are thinking I am Pandit. So pride arising from useless scholarship, because it will endless to debate. You can see in this, social media, all the, what is that called, washing the linen cloth. That means throwing the dart to each other, debating, dry reasoning, argument, intellectual speculation, all going on. That way one cannot. Pride produces philosophies, controversy opposed to the path of pure devotion. Pure devotion is annavilasita sunyam, jnana karmadi anarvita. So Krishna removes these obstacles, protests his devotee progress in devotional service. So humble devotee always avoid this kind of fault and their knowledge in Krishna service. Unnecessary, they do not pride and controversy debate. Tunnavata, in also according to Brahma-vaivata Purana, he is called Sahasraksha, a king of Pandya Desa, who was caused by Durvasa Muni, later delivered by Lord Krishna. True knowledge produces actually humility, devotion, not debate, argument. Vidya vinaya sampane brahmana gavi hastine. Vidya vinaya. Education is the modification of our disposition, our behavior. It brings humility, devotion. There is a beautiful verses in this regard also, I forgot. So he say that, so Krishna say that, Naham, what is that beautiful verses? The beautiful verses will show you. This is a nice verse. In this verse, Krishna says that Nayam atma pravachanena labhyo na medhaya na bahuna sutrena yam ivaya se vrinute tena labhya taseva atma vrinute tenum swam. Nayam atma pravachanena labho. Krishna say, I am not going to be, the Supreme Self cannot be reached by argumentation or by applying one's independent brain power, by studying many scriptures. Rather, he alone can achieve the self, whom self chooses to favor. Krishna say, tena labhya. Tena labhya. To that person, the self reveals his own. See, Krishna reveals to that person. Yena eva yam evasya vrinute tena labhya. Krishna reveals, not by nayam atma pravachanena labha, not by argumentation, by intelligence, so-called intelligent philosophy, bahuna sutrena, so many Vedic scripture, no, hearing so many, no. How Krishna reveals, what is the condition for Krishna revealing? Jasya deve para bhakti. The next line also, it is say that Jasya deve para bhakti jatha deve tatha guru dasyasti katitai artha prakansante mahatmana. Unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both Lord and the spiritual master, all the import of Vedic knowledge will be revealed, or automatically revealed. So we should have an implicit faith in spiritual master and the Krishna. Implicit faith means carrying out the order of spiritual master, 100%. That is implicit faith. Then only all the purport will be revealed to us. So therefore, the Tinnavata represents the what do you say, pride, useless knowledge, useless scholarship. So now next one is, because this is all Gokul Lila. He stayed in Gokul 3 years. So 1 year after, when he is 2.5 years like this, then there is a deliverance of Nalakubera Manigrupa. Although they are not the demons, but there is a lesson, there is anarthas. So therefore, Bhakti Vinod Thakur included that Nalakubera Manigrupa. After he killed Tinnavarta, there is a deliverance of Nalakubera, that Damodar-līlā. Damodar-līlā, so the Nalakubera Manikrupa, they are all wealthy son of Kuberas, treasurer of demigods Kubera. They are very devotee of Lord Shiva, because Kubera also devotee of Lord Shiva. So proud of their position, become very intoxicated, enjoying with this naked girls. When Narada Muni passing, disrespectful before Narada Muni. So Narada Muni compassionately corrected by causing them to become a twin Arjuna tree in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. And they stood as a tree, Nanda Maharaj, for 100 celestial years. But when they were aware of their mistake, they again took shelter of Narada Muni for forgiveness. Narada Muni allowed them to retain the memories and blessed them to eventually see the Krishna face to face. That is sadhu. Sadhu course also blessing in disguise. So when to fulfill the Narada word, they crawled. Krishna, when he was tired by the mother Yashoda stealing the butter in Damodar-līlā, and he crawled, he took the chance that this is my chance to fulfill the Narada Muni's desire. He crawled between the trees while tied into the wooden motor. A person who is bandhan, sometimes say that Krishna is bandhan. Krishna is bandhan, is liberating, freeing the bandhan of conditioned soul. That is the beauty of his bandhan, Damodar Bandha. When he was bound, he was bound by Mother Yashoda, still is freeing the conditioned soul who are bound. So Krishna pulled it and the tree fell down, and two brothers emerged and they took the forms, purified forms, not the normal form, because they've seen Krishna face to face. They see all this as a tree, they see Krishna Lila, they become purified. That means what is the result? The lesson we should learn that the correction of the genuine saint is always the mercy that destroys the pride and leads one to Krishna. That is stated in these beautiful verses. The course of devotee is also very blessing in disguise. In this verse, it says that an intelligent person should therefore reject all bad association, instead take up the association of saintly devotee. Those words cut off the excessive attachment of one mind. It's a mercy in disguise, actually. Nalakubera Manigrupa, they represent the anartha called pride of wealth. Narada Muni say that, there's a beautiful verses. Narada Muni say that, while in this pastime also he say that there is nothing so, Narada Muni say, among all attraction of material enjoyment, the attraction of riches bewilders one's intelligence, more than having beautiful feature, taking birth in an aristocratic family, and being learned. When one is uneducated, falsely puffed up by wealth, the result is that one engages wealth in enjoying wine, women, and gambling. So this is very, very important verses related to this. Pride of wealth, that is anartha. When you are wealthy, you will be using for sense gratification. That is the most dominated, most prominent attachment for sense enjoyment. The richest, Narada Muni certified this in his proposition. Pride of wealth. Therefore, Kunti Devi say, Tam akinchana gocharam. Lord is approached by those who are free from all the wealth. Akinchana gocharam. Therefore, Krishna also say, whom I give mercy, anugrahasya, what is that? Anugrahaya. Jasya anugrahami. Jasyam anugrahami. Harisya dhanam. If anybody I show my mercy, I take away their wealth first. So Nalakubera money group is pride of wealth. That is the or aristocratic bath, These are the impediment. Therefore, Kunti Devi say, Tam akinchana gopura. Next, after this Lila, the Vṛndāvan, they moved to Nandagaon. Near the Nandagaon, after some time Nandagaon. All this Lila was Gokul. All the demons came to Gokul to kill Krishna. Now he moved to the Nandagaon, where he was tending the calf. Krishna is in a very Poganda Lila. There is a Rakshasa called Vachasur. He was sent by Kansa to kill, because Krishna and Balaram tending the calves near the bank of Jamuna. Vachasur disguised himself as a calf and secretly entered the Lord. Krishna immediately recognized the demon and infant Balaram. Krishna approached Vachasur and caught him, threw him into a tree, defeating him. The cowherd boy is very much happy, joyfully congratulate Krishna. Demigod showered flower. Krishna and Balaram continue enjoying their childhood pastime in the pastoral ground of Vṛndāvan. So Vasasur, the calf demons, represent the childish and mischievous mentality, which is easily influenced by the bad association. So that is not good. This is the weakness produced for sense enjoyment. A childish, mischievous mentality. Therefore, we should avoid the bad association, because bad association influences us. Taking shelter of Krishna to overcome the childishness and deception and material greed. The next demon is Bakasur. All Putana, Baka, Aga, all are three brother sisters. So Bakasur is crane demon. So Krishna Balaram took their calves. That time still Krishna is Poganda Lila. He was not allowed to tending the cows. He was tending the calves to drink the water from the Jamuna. Suddenly a Bakasur, a crane, gigantic crane like a demon, who is sent by Krishna, Kansa, the friend of Kansa. Bakasura attacked Krishna and trying to swallow him, terrifying Balaram and the cowherd boys, The demons felt Krishna unbearable divine effulgence, immediately released him. The cowherd boy rejoiced. Krishna bifurcated his, peak. The demigods showered flowers. So in this way, Krishna killed so many demons. He was killed by Krishna. One of them, Bakasur. So what is the Bakasur represents? He represents the cunning, duplicity, hypocrisy. Cunning, duplicity, hypocrisy, deceptive behavior. Because the Bakasur was like appeared to be outwardly very much pretend to be virtuous, while secretly maintaining dishonest life. If you see the Bakasur crane, they will be like a saint like this, meditating. As soon as the fish, see the fish, immediately take out and take the fish. So similarly, outwardly virtuous life, but inwardly maintaining dishonest life. That is anartha. That will not help us to progress in Krishna consciousness. Very important thing the devotee should understand. According to these are called, he was also Gandharva in this Bakasur. In previous life was a Gandharva caused by the Durvasa Muni. So therefore lesson is that sincerity, honesty, straightforwardness, simplicity protect us from the hypocrisy and deception and advance in Krishna consciousness. Bhakti-Vedanta Saraswati. Sincerity, honesty, no deception, not outwardly, inwardly. Brahmana has no outward, devotee no inside, outside. One time, one of the disciple wife of Bhakti-Vedanta Saraswati approaches Bhakti-Vedanta, I want to talk to you privately. So he told, no, you should talk with everybody. Sadhu has no public and private. Everything is open, like it's so transparent. So there's a Aghasur. Next demon is Aghasur. So Aghasur is younger brother of Putana and Bakasur. Brahma is Brahma's, I remembering Brahma's beautiful prayer, 10:14, where he mentioned about the Aghasur. We have delivered Aghasur. How merciful you are. Aghasur, the Putana, relatives. So Aghasur actually was sent by the Kansa to take the revenge against the Krishna. So he not only planned to destroy Krishna, also the cowherd friend and their lives. So he has got this Mahima Siddhi. Mahima Siddhi means mystic power. He expand himself into an enormous serpent, python like this. Open his mouth, and he lays across the path as if like a mountain cave like this. That time, cowherd boy thought it was a very nice statue or something natural formation. So all enter inside. They do not realize. But Krishna knew that. Then, because they have a confidence on Krishna, always Krishna protect them, they joyfully enter into the mouth of their calves. Krishna understood Aghasur was a demon. Therefore, how to save his friend? He entered into the serpent's mouth while demigod watched anxiously from the heaven. Krishna himself expanded within Aghasur and effortlessly killed him, defeated him. All the cowherd boys died, but Krishna glanced him and brought them safely outside. Restored all the cowherd boys. Aghasur appeared with a brilliant life and entered into Krishna's body, showing that the demons also attain liberation. That a beautiful verse says, therefore, Brahma's praying in Canto 10:14, we have given, because of little bit of mind you bring, because when Krishna enter into this Aghasur mouth, Aghasur a little for a split of second moment he thought of Krishna. By that thinking he got liberation. Not only Sahuja, actually later on he get from Sarupya liberations. So Krishna always protect those who are confidently take shelter. Krishna always protect. And Aghasur represent the cruelty, envy, violence, deliberately causing trouble to others. Like sometimes deliberately we commit mistake on the strength of chanting the holy name. That is the offensive chant. So compassion, respect, and sometimes also we do not share Krishna consciousness to others. So therefore compassion, respect, sharing Krishna consciousness, protect us from the cruelty. One should not be cruel, envious, violence. terribly causing to trouble others. These are called anartha. Aghasura represent this. Then comes to Visvambhar-dāsa. After the Aghasur killed, Brahma came back from Brahmaloka to see who is this personality who killed. So they are very joyful, picnic going on. Every time Krishna kill one demon, then there is a picnic, prasadam, beside Jamuna river. So when the calves wandered away, Krishna was searching for them everywhere. Then this Brahma, bewildered by Krishna's extraordinary activity, secretly hide this. Brahma saw that Aghasura was killed. He wanted to test Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So what he did, he immediately, he stole all these calves, cowherd, boys, everybody. And 1 year when Krishna, after understanding the Brahma's plan, Krishna expanded himself, calves, exactly identical form, cloning of boys, So expand himself into identical form of every boys and calf. For 1 full year, Krishna personally lived in each home as their children, calves in Vṛndāvana. And their love for their children, calves more increased because Krishna is all attractive. That time Brahma stole and came back. He saw that, after 1 moment of his time is equal to 1 year actually. So he came and he saw that all the boys, calves still playing in Krishna. And he was, astonished, unable to understand Krishna's pastimes, unlimited power. Brahma become bewildered. Vṛndāvana-līlā, bewilderment. See, Brahma also can bewilder such a personality by his own mystic energy. So therefore, to understand Krishna, even the Brahma, Lord Shiva also in Mohini Murti was captivated, bewildered. So it is difficult to understand Krishna pastime. So in this pastime, we can see Brahma Visvambhar-dāsa. There we can see that what it represents. It represents the fruitive activity, speculative knowledge. Brahma is trying to get speculative knowledge to test the Krishna's unlimited power. So therefore, Brahma bewilderment shows that the great intelligence cannot understand Krishna without pure devotion. Bhaktya mama vijananti. Only by devotion one can understand Krishna. Otherwise, one cannot. Only by humility and bhakti. So this is the lesson from the Brahma Visvambhar-dāsa. Dhenukasur, next called Dhenuka, the ass demon. So Dhenukasur, there are 12 forests. One of the forests called Tal. Tal is a fruit, very nice fruit, Tal. So that is called, I think, iced apple or something like that. So there are friends of Krishna, Subala, Sridhama, then Toto Krishna, all this told Krishna Balram for delicious food, Talban. But no one is there to enter because in Dhenukasur and his companion guarded the forest in the form of asses. Wanting to please their friends, as Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala, Bhakta Priya, Krishna and Balaram entered the Talban. Balaram is very powerful. He shook the tree. Fruit fall down. Hearing the noise, Dhenukasur rushed forward, attacked Balaram. Balaram effortlessly caught him and defeated. Stirred in the power. So Krishna Balaram defeated them and killed them. So the lesson what we learn, Dhenukasur represents actually ignorance of one eternal identity, the soul. The gross and by gross material intelligence. So he is also represent foolish, overburdened, load carrying mentality, etc. So the lesson we should learn, because Balaram is the original spiritual master. This supplies the real spiritual strength. Nayam Atma Balena Hinalabhya. Atma Bala means spiritual strength, needed through bona fide Guru. Therefore, by taking shelter of a spiritual master, endeavoring sincerely, one can overcome the ignorance and realize our true spiritual identity. This is a story of Dhenukasur. He represents the ignorance without knowing his identity. Then comes the Kaliya, story of Kaliya. So Krishna, so many pastimes. You see, these are very systematic pastimes. It's not like randomly. Gokul-līlā, Vṛndāvana-līlā, Mathura-līlā, all the things. The timeline also I have already posted. So Kaliya. So Kaliya is a very nice big story, but to make it short, of course, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati has also given some point on Kaliya. Kaliya poisoned the polluted lake within Jamuna and destroyed the surrounding vegetations. Also, after drinking the contaminated cow had boiled colas, but Krishna restored them with his merciful glance. So Krishna determined to purify the Kaliya. He climbed the Kadamba tree, jumped into this Jamuna lake, Kalindi lake, Jamuna. So Krishna, the Kaliya was enraged, wrapped Krishna within the powerful coils. Angered by, the resident of Vṛndāvan become overwhelmed by the anxiety because they thought that Krishna is in real danger. But Krishna climbed on the free from these coils and climbed on the so many hoods and danced. In this way, Krishna gracefully danced upon him. That make the Kaliya to subdued, and he is defeated by a touch of Krishna lotus feet. Kaliya finally recognized him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the Kaliya represent this cruelty, malice, pride, envy, crooked behavior. He especially represent tendency to poison the heart of innocent Vaishnava through criticism, hostility. So the lesson we should learn that we must abandon envy, crookedness, avoid offending Vaishnava, seek purification beneath Krishna. We should avoid all the things, crookedness, avoid offending, politics, all the things. Because Krishna cannot tolerate the offense of his devotees. Therefore, he subdued Kaliya and removed his poison because he was disturbing this vegetation, the birds which is flying over the Jamuna, they're dying by such a poisonous influence of Kaliya, the cowherd boys and all. So he could not tolerate his Vṛndāvan, which is very dear to Tadadham Paramam. Vṛndāvan is very dear. He never left Vṛndāvan. So therefore, one offenses devotee, Krishna never tolerate. He subdued Kaliya. So therefore, devotee should avoid offensing, Vaishnava. Krishna does not like it. Savopade aparadhe kare Krishna. Anybody offends to Krishna, he will be delivered. But Vaishnava pade aparadhe tare, nobody can deliver. Even Krishna do not interfere. Ambrish Maharaj story also there. Then there is a first forest fire, Vṛndāvana-līlā. So first forest fire happened after the Kaliya's deliverance. The exhausted resident of Vṛndāvan rested in Yamuna bank. So that time, during the night, a great forest fire suddenly surrounded him. Realizing that they had no other settle, everyone called upon Krishna Balaram for protection. Compassionate was devotee Krishna immediately swallowed entire fire by his unlimited power. That is Supreme Lord. He saved all the residents, cows, calves, everybody. So therefore, one should be, every danger, one should be very much confident on Krishna's protection. So this forest fire represented hatred, quarrels, conflicting among Vaishnavas. Sometimes devotee fight. That is very much conspicuous, in a neophyte state. Hostility between devotees, between religious communities, disrespecting another devotees. So these all the things is very much the forest fire. So lesson means respect, humility, cooperate, prevent quarrels from consuming spiritual relationship. Spiritual relationship very, very important. That should not be consumed. So this is a forest fire. Then Pralambasur, this is Balaram, Ramram. After this forest fire, Pralambasur. So Balaram is Pralambasur. What is that? Balaya Balabhadraya Talankaya Tenamo Nilambaraya Goraya Rona. Revati Ramanatvam Bhai. Revati Ramanatvam Bhai. Pralam, Revati Ramanatvam Bhai. Achutya Graja. Palangamna. We have Palangamna means killer of Palanga. Pahimam Purushottam. This is a very prayer of Balaram. So, desire for personal enjoyment Palambasura. So, Palambasura disguised himself as a cowherd boy and entered to Krishna Balaram group. Krishna immediately recognized, he welcomed in their game. They are playing both the parties, Krishna Balaram. Boy divided into two teams. Winner teams, carrying the this loser team. Defeated players should carry the winner's player. Balaram team owned, so Pralambasura had to carry Balaram because Pralambasura in the Krishna team. So demon secretly carried him far away from the cowherd boys, trying to kill, but unable to bear the Balaram's strength. Pralambasura revealed the enormous demoniac form. Understanding demon intention, Balaram immediately struck, effortlessly defeated him. So the lesson we learned that the desire for material enjoyment, personal enjoyment. Pralambasura represents lost greed, desire for sense gratification, which are gateway to hell actually. Perfect adoration, distinction of honor, false everything. So seek service rather than recognition. Recognition is a very, formidable offenses. These are very subtle impediment. Kamini Kanchana Pratishta, recognition. Because if there is no recognition, the neophyte will lose the enthusiasm to do service. Sometimes. So therefore, recognition is not good. Very subtle impediment. So we need to depend on the Balaram strength. Then there is a second forest fire. In the second forest fire, so they represent the attack of atheism, philosopher, to oppose to Krishna consciousness. Second forest fire happened when these cowherd boys and friends were playing, wandering to the there's a forest called Isikat Bati or something. So that time there is a second forest fire appear, and Krishna reassured everyone, swallowed the entire fire also. The second forest fire is attack of atheism, philosopher opposed to Krishna consciousness. So strong faith, proper knowledge is important. Otherwise, we will be defeated by atheism. By such, if the devotee is weakened in faith and knowledge, then he will be influenced by the atheism. So the second forest fire is that. Then correcting Brahmanas. Brahmanas in fire sacrifice, Yajñapatni. The fire sacrifice, Krishna feeling very hungry, he want to eat, he sent the cowherd boy, ask Krishna Balaram to arrange food. Then Krishna sent them nearby Brahmana performing all the, what is that called, Agni Rasa sacrifice, for elevation to heaven, some kind of thing. So the boys respectfully requested food for Krishna, but they denied. So all the sacrifice ultimately meant for the Krishna, but they do not know. Yajñarthe karmana anyatha lokoyam karma bandhan. Yajña vai Vishnu. So, but they did not recognize the disappointed boy returned. Krishna taught them not to lose their heart. Even a request is refused. He then sent them to the wife of the Brahmanas. The wife of the Brahmana who had devoted to him by hearing Krishna Lila. Then they came, immediately prepared many kind of preparations, delicious food, joyfully went to Krishna personally. So therefore, the lesson is that ritual, bath, scholarship are incomplete without loving devotion. Bhagavad Bhakti nasya jati shastra japa tapa apranasya dehasya apranasya deha lokum ranjanam. So this pastime represents that Indifferent towards Krishna cause pride of high birth social position. This is not good. Only Krishna is attained through the bhakti, not merely through the birth, knowledge and ceremonial activities. Tam akinchana gocharam. Kunti Devi is praying this verse. So Krishna also say na sadhayati mam yogya na tapastagya na sodhaya tata bhaktir mamordita 11, 14, 20. So in this way Krishna is explaining, Krishna is removing all these anarthas. Govardhan-līlā is like pride of Krishna, overcoming the pride of Lord Indra. So Indra was very pride and he sent this, when Krishna stopped this Indra Yajna, and then Indra was very angry, very pride. He sent this so much rains, devastating rain, Samvartaka cloud, to destroy Braja. Krishna lifted Govardhan hill for 7 days, 7 nights in his left hand of left finger to cross the pride of Indra. So this is very important position, power, honor must live to humble service, not to desire to be worshipped, what Indra wanted, because he is proud of his position. Then Nanda Maharaj stolen Varuna. So these are the beautiful pastime. Everybody should know 10th chapter of the chapter. I am covering the whole 10th chapter of Demons Lila. So this is the Nanda Maharaj stolen by Varuna. So Varuna, after fasting on Ekadasi, Nanda Maharaj went to bath to Yamuna early on the Dwadasi. So because he entered the river slightly too early, as a servant of Varuna mistakenly arrested him. Nanda Maharaj's companion immediately called upon Krishna Balaram for help. Understanding that what had happened, Krishna Balaram went to Varuna abode. Varuna received them with great respect, recognized Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He apologized on behalf of his servant and admitted the material position cannot make life successful. Varuna immediately released Nanda Maharaj, who safely returned with Krishna Balaram. So therefore, what is this lesson we should learn is Varuna's, the pastime correct the misconception of intoxication can enhance the happiness of devotional service. That is the misconception, that intoxication, sometimes they say that Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, ganja and all. So no, spiritual bliss is completely pure and cannot be produced by increased by wine or other intoxicant. No. Dhammaradam bolo supasam Hare Krishna. That is misconception. That is Devanand picture. Prabhupada said, never mind, somehow and other people know that Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. But Devanand do not understand this Krishna consciousness. He thought that all this American, they are joining because of intoxication. No, they left intoxication. They are intoxicated by the pure devotion by chanting Hare Krishna, not by the intoxicant and psychotropic substances like LSD and all the things. So next, Nanda Maharaj delivered from the snake. So what happened is a very nice pastime. Nanda Maharaj cowherd men fasted aside from Saraswati river and rested the overnight. During the night, a great serpent seized Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj immediately called upon beloved Krishna for protection. The cowherd men tried to free him, but their efforts were unsuccessful. Krishna arrived, simply touched the serpent with his lotus feet. The serpent was immediately transported into a radiant demigod called Vidyadhar. Vidyadhar explained that pride in his appearance had led him to mock, says Angira, who caused him to become a serpent. Through Krishna's touch, Vidyadhar was purified and delivered from the curse. So pride leads to disrespect and humility. Contact with Krishna being purification actually. So therefore, this snakes who was caused by the Angira Rishi to become a Swa Vidyadhar. So demigod Vidyadhar, they are represent the atheistic and Mayavadi philosophy that attempt to obscure the truth of personal devotional service. Therefore, Krishna always protects the pure bhakti. By remaining faithful in devotional association, taking shelter of Krishna, bhakti is protected from the Mayavadi philosopher. Then next demon is called Sankachuda. The Sankachuda is very nice. So Krishna Balaram were singing in the Vrindavan forest with young women of Braja. Sankachura, a wealthy associate of Kubera, actually, arrived wearing a valuable concept jewel. Concept means Sankha-like. Therefore, his name is Sankachura. Proud of his wealth, he mistook Krishna Balaram for ordinary cowherd boys. He tried to take young women away, but immediately called upon Krishna Balaram for protection. They immediately called up. The brothers reassured them quickly, pursued the demons. Sankachura released them, and Krishna left them under Balaram protection, followed him. Krishna defeated Sankachura, recovered the precious jewelry, and presented it to the Balaram. So the Sankachura is desire from name, fame, and personal recognition. So that is a impediment, because the demon represents the fame and lost. First of all, he showed his fame. I am the associate of Kubera. I have got jewel. Lost, taken away all these cowherd women. So therefore, service to Krishna without seeking recognition, keep relationship pure and centered upon devotional service. No motivation, no lust. That is the lesson. Arishtasur. We are now in the last stage of three demons: Arishtasur, Kesi, and Bhamasur. This is whole timeline of Krishna demon. 21 lessons actually. Out of 21, so many demons. Arishtasur, the bull demons. So Arishtasur story is very related to the Radha Kund. Arishtasur at the Vrindavan entered in the form of gigantic, terrifying bull sent by Kansa to kill Krishna. Is roaring with powerful movement, shook the ground, frightened the resident of every resident and animals. Everyone called up Krishna for protection. Krishna immediately reassured, "Don't be afraid." Then he confirmed Arishtasur, challenged him, and stopped disturbing inhabitant of Gaura. And demons catch hold of his with his throne, and Krishna caught him throne and threw him aside and defeated him, killed him. Actually, he destroyed the pride and hypocrisy. No, therefore the Arishtasur represent the pride of fraudulent religion, fabricated religious practice. So many fabricated religious practices very rampant now also in India, everywhere. So we should respect the spiritual master, avoid fabricated teaching, and follow the genuine path of pure devotion. That is the lesson. Then comes the Kesi demons. The Kesi is horse demon. The Kesi entered the Vrindavan in the form of the gigantic horse. His powerful movement, actually very terrifying, they frightened everybody. Krishna understood Kesi, challenging him, fearlessly confronted him. There's a Kesi Ghat in Vrindavan. So Kesi charged at Krishna, but the Lord caught his legs and threw him far away. And demons recovered and attacked again with his mouth open. This time Krishna placed his arm within the Kesi's mouth, expanded it, effortlessly subduing and defeated him. And demigod became very much amazed, and Krishna took rest in a ghat after cleanses his hand, which is stained with blood, in Jamuna, and rested in a ghat called Kesi Ghat, the famous Kesi Ghat. So Kesi represents I am the great devotees. Sometimes vanity. Kesi is very proud, very vanity, thinking that I am great devotee, spiritual master. Sometimes devotee thinking I am a great devotee, senior devotee, I am spiritual master. So this false ego arising for all this position, material accomplishment like this. So therefore genuine devotion and spiritual leadership are recognized by humility, service, dependent of Krishna, not by self-promotion, not by vanity, not by self-aggrandizement. The last demon Krishna killed is Bhamasur. Bhamasur, killing of sky demon. So this is the last demon Krishna killed. Krishna was playing in a game of thieves actually. Guards and lambs and Govardhan Hill. So that time Bhamasur, a magical son of demon Maya, disguised himself as a coward boy, pretending to play the thief. He secretly carried away the boy acting as the lambs. He imprisoned them inside the mountain cave, blocked the entrance with stones. Krishna immediately understood the Bhamasura deception and caught him. Although the demon expanded himself to escape, Krishna firmly held and defeated him. Krishna opened the cave, safely rescued all his friends. Praised by the coward boy demigod, Krishna returned to Vrindavan. Boys and demigods, Krishna returned to Vrindavan. So how the Bhamasura, the Maya, he with Maya took all these lambs in the cave, Krishna killed him and rescued. So Bhamasura represents thieves, cheaters, who disguise themselves as the devotees. So therefore choose association very carefully. Avoid those who use appearance of devotion, disciple. Kali Chela. Bhakti Vinod Thakur say, Eta Kali Chela. So you should avoid the Kali Chela, who are the cheaters, who are the impostor in the form, in the attire of devotees. So this is the way that all these demons we have described, these are the demons, these are the lesson we learn, anartha, they represent anartha. So all the aspiring devotee must hear this Krishna Katha along the anartha, the demons in Vṛndāvana-līlā and anartha they represent, so that they will be careful and avoid our anartha by seriously taking shelter of the Krishna under the guidance of bona fide spiritual master. So thank you very much. Jai Krishna Lila ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Hari Hari.